Hey everybody, I'm Adam. 7 years ago, I quit the American dream to travel to some of the most interesting places around the world. Hey everybody. Yeah, I felt kind of inspired to talk a little bit more today about what is my goal? Why am I living like this? Experiencing and learning from all these different cultures. I want to grow as much as I possibly can. I want to learn as much as I possibly can. I see that the more that I learn and the more that I grow, the more that I experience life at its fullest, the more that I'll be able to somehow give back from those teachings and those lessons. When I ask myself, what's the purpose of life and why am I here and what's this all about? I think I kind of go back to some level of, hey, let's leave this place better than when we found it. Let's make the world a better place. And then if I ask myself, how can I contribute? How can I make the world a better place? I think that form of sharing ideas and lessons and teachings and experiences, yeah, it's its own form of education. And the more you experience from life and the more you get out of your comfort zone and your bubble, the more that you experience different peoples, cultures, languages, religions, lifestyles, diets, nutritions, political systems, governments, dialects, climates, weather, etc., the more you experience these different things of life. And that's where I think a lot of wisdom comes from. When you have a perspective, a wider, broader, more worldly, deeper perspective on things. And I would love to be able to share these lessons, share these experiences to help make people's lives better. And I think a lot of us struggle with emotions, feelings, relationships, communication, what to do with this life, what to do with this world, what to do with ourselves. Yeah, with these incredibly powerful and incredibly strong feelings and emotions that we experience. This human experience of living that is probably one of the hardest, toughest things that we all wrestle with every day. I think that's where I would love to make a difference by having lived life at the extremes or at its fullest or in so many different contexts and environments and situations that I'm able to be there and to be there for people to help them figure out whatever they're going through. And I guess this goes even a little bit deeper for me because I feel, at different points in my life, whether it was when I was a kid and I was being bullied, or when my parents were going through divorce, my brother and I, when we were then now living between two different households and having to move constantly, when I was a kid, I don't think I was thinking about this stuff, but it would have been really good to be able to talk to someone, to have some support. And at different points, I did speak with different psychologists, but I never really felt that it made a huge impact. This sort of the typical psychology that I've seen and experienced and I've talked about with other people, and they've told me their experiences about this kind of 45 or 50 minutes session of a talk therapy where you just talk it out. Again, don't get me wrong. I think this is helpful. I think this is good. But I think a lot of us have experienced that this doesn't really help too deeply at the end of the day. It's nice. It's a relief. It's good to get stuff off your chest, get it off your shoulders and let it out. That's all good. That's all really good. But at the end of the day, the roller coaster ride continues. We're not really left with so much practical tools and tips and methods, wisdom. And I think even to some degree, the sort of talk psychology is potentially harmful because I think a lot of us know that where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so when you go and speak with someone like this and you just babble on for almost an hour about the problems, about the frustrations, about the anxieties, about the drama, the melodrama, the stress, you're putting more and more focus on that narrative, on that story. You're putting more of your energy into that, a lot of negativity, a lot of the bad things that are happening in your life. You're not focusing on gratitude. You're not focusing on appreciation. You're not focusing on the things that are going well or that worked out or what you could do to make things better, how we can throw in a little dab of personal responsibility to actively take the wheel and change our situation. It's it's missing so much. And I think that's where, I mean, first of all, this psychology is so inaccessible and so expensive at times. From my experience and other people's experiences, it's so hard to find someone, and it takes forever. And then there's a good chance, especially depending upon where you're living, but in a lot of the West, where you might get sent to a psychiatrist, they might just quickly, a little bit haphazardly, recommend some antidepressants and pills. I feel it leaves it leaves a lot missing in a lot of ways. I feel there's a lot lost there in our journey towards our own growth and evolution. And I feel like it can be borderline unhealthy in some ways because, like I said, we just focus on a lot of the negative. There's different schools in psychology, like positive psychology. I took quite a lot of courses from the positive psychology school at the University of Pennsylvania online. And I've been digging more and more into this realm in the last few years of coaching, positive psychology, NLP, and just trying to understand some other tools and some other methods and techniques and programs for helping us improve our lives and make our lives better without just a lot of traditional, questionably effective psychology that's out there. And so, yeah, long story short, my idea with Pursuit of Better and with living like this is to, again, just gain as many experiences, as much life experience, and perhaps little dabs of wisdom in there, so that I'm able to help people more and more through conversation, through empathy, through just having experienced and been in their shoes, maybe, and being able to provide some wisdom and some experience. So I think we all kind of underestimate power that our environment, our situation, our lifestyle, our diet, our nutrition, our sleep, all of these things have such a huge impact on our mental health and on our emotions, feelings, our state of being. But a lot of us kind of get lost in the sort of what's wrong with me, what's wrong with my mind, what's wrong with my psyche, what's like getting really dramatic, melodramatic, getting really frustrated and annoyed with all the bad things that are going on instead of looking for the good things. And that's a little bit of what I wanted to do with Pursuit of Better as well, is, let's, out here in the world, the big wide world, let's look for the flowers and not so much the weeds always. And there's a lot of flowers out there. There's a lot of beauty out there, and there's a lot of good in life. But we have to wrestle with ourselves and reprogram ourselves and train ourselves to be able to focus on those things instead of focus on the awful narrative that we've been experiencing at times. So that's a lot of my motivation for living like this. And yeah, if there's a way I can help you or support you if you'd like to talk, please let me know. I'm always happy to do that. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback over the years of just being able to hold space with people and being able to sort of reframe and shift their perspective. So just know I'm here for you. I want to help. And hopefully some of these wild, very diverse experiences that I've had from living like this over the last, getting somewhere between 5 to 10 years, hopefully some of that can help you. It helps me to talk with people, talk about life. And I actually get a lot out of it too, because it teaches me a lot as well. So I'm here for you. Drop me a message, drop me a line, and take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves and look for the flowers, hey? All right, bye-bye.